try to make it all undone.
Well, you're Ilana.
Well, you're Sean.
And today we are
Rock and rolling the Down Under Cruisers. Shaking away.
What a day. Okay, so we'll explain shortly. Let's go into the chat quickly. Say good day to some people there. First of all, who was first up? Nick. Yeah, Nick, you had to bring up the elephant in the room. Glad to hear we're safe after that 6 magnitude earthquake. Yep, and it felt really good.
Well,
yeah, it was a bit of a wow.
Very unusual for us, isn't it, to have something of that size? We have a few tremors, very, very light tremors, which are not also common, but this was truly, you knew it, that it was an earthquake. You were well aware.
Boy, did we know we were having a shock, and what a shock it was.
But thank goodness.
Yep.
Nothing major has occurred.
Absolutely.
In terms of damage or certainly injuries, etc. So that's a good sign.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, look who's here, Mr. Philip.
Oh,
g'day, Philip.
The earth moved for you too.
Your earth moved as well, huh?
Need a cigarette.
Yeah.
Needed a cigarette after that.
Man, smoking. All right, Mr. Whatever his name is. Your dog slept through it. Well done, Philip. Your dog. I know a few others. Anyway, here we go, Mr. Donovan.
Welcome aboard,
good morning.
Buddy.
How are you?
Down Under Cruisers. Oh,
g'day.
Yeah, we were rocking, man. We were rocking today.
Yay.
Was that? How many earthquakes have you been in?
Including this one?
Yeah.
One.
So,
and this one.
Go ahead.
This one was a biggie. It was just short of 6 on the Richter scale.
It's been quite a few years since I've been in a good size one. But when I was in Seattle, working for a railroad company, and I was on. I was called a mercenary, where they just send you wherever the work is at, where they need you to be extra people. So I went there, and I was on the top floor of a 3-story hotel. Ooh. And the earthquake came, and all of a sudden, instead of like a rumble, like a lot of people think, the whole building was rocking like dramatically, like you just thought it was about to fall over,
swaying.
And my wife ran and got underneath the door frame like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're on the 3rd floor. The door frame's not going to help us. So I jumped on the bed and I opened the curtains real quick and I jumped on the bed and I was watching the water in the pool go like this while I'm surfing on the bed while riding it out. And pretty stupid, but that's how I experienced my first earthquake.
That gave you a really good feeling of what it's like to be on a waterbed.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's not go there.
All right.
The pool were intense, and I don't know if that felt like a waterbed. It was more like it felt like like somebody was rolling the bed over this way, and then they were all pushing it this way.
Sounds like a
waterbed. Well, that sounds like what was it? The Carnival Triumph? No, it wasn't the Triumph. Well, anyway, one of the cruise ships out in the water. Anyway, let's get into the chat. Nick P is saying g'day to you, Donovan.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
We've got Alyssa in Oz. Hi. She's in Brizzy. How you guys?
Wow.
How are you? Went through those Christchurch ones.
Oh, wow, you'd know all about it.
She'd know all about those ones. The ones in Christchurch.
That's
were
New Zealand, right?
Correct.
Yeah, they had terrible.
Alyssa was living in New Zealand at the time, and she was living in Christchurch, I believe, and she got some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Philip is saying that his January cruise has been officially cancelled today.
Yes,
that would have been one of the. We'll talk a little bit more about cruising around Australia.
Just looking at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dewey, welcome aboard, buddy.
Yeah.
How are you? Nice to see you. It's been ages since we've spoken. Hope you've recovered from all your journeys on all your cruise ships.
Oh, Dewey, looked wonderful. And can I say, I hope the earth will move for you
very soon. Yeah. We'll talk about that shortly. Dave, g'day, buddy. How you going?
G'day,
Welcome
Dave.
aboard. Donovan,
Oh,
Dave
yeah,
is saying
so
g'day
nice.
to you as well. All right.
Oh.
So let's. Yes.
I think I felt your earthquake. I was in the bathtub and I thought it was like a dinosaur, just like a little ripple happened. And then maybe that was just me farting in the tub. Never mind.
I was about to say, where did that come from? Didn't come out of your belly.
Dave says he moved the earth for Sue. It took him a shovel and a wheelbarrow and 3 tons of soil. Dewey, I'm not sure if I'm recovered or if I'm just still anticipating more. Well, mate, you got to be ready to rock and roll because there's a couple of group cruises that you're going on plus one down here. So, well, anyway, at some point, Dewey, we're going to have to get you up on the channel so you can talk about all your existing cruises.
Yeah, we'd love to hear about all your trips, etc., that you've been doing.
Anyway, let's just while we're on cruise news, let's just talk about that little elephant in the room at the moment.
Just one word to say: cancellations.
Well, yes,
basically.
Yeah,
this year's gone.
Well,
I'm sorry.
And the funny thing
wiped out.
The funny thing is, you can't blame the cruise lines for cancelling because right now the Australian government is not actually putting out any feelers as to what's actually moving and what's not. So they're not even saying there's a starting point.
No.
They're talking about flights, but they're not talking about cruises right now.
So we'll be able to fly out before we can even step on a cruise ship here.
Well,
we hopefully should be able to fly out to pick up a cruise ship in another country.
Correct.
Before we can actually cruise from here.
Alyssa's asking a very important question. Have we had any aftershocks?
No, surprisingly.
No.
We were, we have been waiting, but apparently they were saying on the news that it can occur quite a little bit after.
Well, you never know. We'll finish our live streams and then we might get some aftershocks as well.
Oh, the earth might move.
Goosebumps?
Sorry?
Aftershocks,
is that the same thing as goosebumps?
Close.
Okay.
I get goosebumps just looking at you.
Well, see, so if you get goosebumps looking at him, imagine what I get when I look at you.
Oh, I make the earth move for you, honey bunch. David is saying, get Dewey up. I have voted. We will do that. Dewey has had more cruises than I've had breakfasts. G'day, Ian. Welcome aboard.
G'day,
nice
Ian.
to have you here, Ian, from the Uber Cruises. And you've got Dave saying g'day. Now, Dewey is saying, with all the cruises I've been on the last month, it's nice to have hope again. All the cancellations for sure, trying to dash those hopes for the last 18 months.
So how many have you been on? You've been on, as far as I know, just 2 very recently.
Yeah.
Because I saw you pop up with behind Sharon. Was it Sharon?
Behind Sharon.
Sharon at Sea?
Yeah.
I think you were with Dave and Brandy, I think. I saw you.
Yeah, and a few others.
And just even more, just the last few days.
Yep. The Ubers are saying g'day to Dave. Nick is having a giggle. And Alyssa is also having a giggle. So, Donovan, after this, as you know, we're doing the inaugural live stream for Helping Hands for Cruising.
Helping Hands for Cruising.
And we've got somebody else on
Excellent.
board that we're going to be talking to a little later on. I'll leave that for the Helping Hands for Cruising live stream. But if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor and just finding the link and just chucking it in there for later, that'd be awesome.
All right, I'll do it.
Chuck it in there. Just chuck it in there. So has anyone else had any cancellations? And what was this I heard about? Carnival has cancelled some
US cruises.
Some US cruises, I believe.
Donovan wouldn't have a clue.
I don't. I'm going to have to find that.
You know what's really good, hon? Donovan's actually got his lips closed, and I'll tell you why that's good. Because he went to the dentist, and the dentist gave him a clean, and I needed when I spoke to him earlier on today, I actually needed sunglasses.
Wow, were you
because
razzle dazzled?
His teeth were so shiny.
That's something that we need to do as well.
Dewey is saying that he's finally gotten to the point where even
Looks like
he
we're in
has
a
to
park
stop
opening.
and think about where he's headed next.
Oh, non-stop. Lucky you. That's all we can say.
You didn't tell that story right. You called me up and you go, "Hey, Donovan, show me your teeth." And I'm like, why? So I did this, and you go, "Why are they so?" It's like you came from the dentist. I go, "I did come from the dentist," and I'm like, "When did I tell him I was going to the dentist?" Did I tell you before? Or was that I did? I had to.
You did.
Before you pulled that out.
You did, because you put it into the chat.
Oh yes, the WhatsApp.
Yeah. So you actually told him.
Yeah, I thought maybe my Alexa was like listening and then transferring my information over to you, and you had a lock on that. So okay, now I feel better.
Well, hang on. How much can you morph into each other? Seriously. How far can that go?
Dave is saying that P&O have pulled the pin in Oz. They pulled the pin for this season. So, yeah.
Wow. And Princess as well.
And the funny thing is, this is the Australian ship, right? P&O Australia. That's the Australian cruise line. Currently has about 5 ships. Wow. P&O Australia are part of the Carnival group anyway. The Ubers are saying to Dave, I read about that today. No great loss. Well, any cruising is a great loss. Come on. It's better than going on the Spirit of Tasmania. Oh, you guys up in New South don't get that, eh?
Okay, well, this is from Princess. We're extending our pause in cruise vacations in Australia and New Zealand to January 27, 2022, due to the uncertainty around the return of cruising in the region. But then it says, as a result, Royal and Sapphire Princess's seasons through to March 2022 are being cancelled.
Say that again.
And then there are 3.
That was the Royal.
The Royal and the Sapphire Princess's seasons.
Okay. I guess.
And then there's a few options.
I guess it never occurred to me. I mean, there's, how many people they have to corral and have lined up, and they've got to make their schedules for these kinds. I just never thought about how hard it is to actually plan a cruise, even on their side.
Well, to actually get the crew together takes them ages, because the crew have got to be quarantined, they've got to be vaccinated, they've got to be given the opportunity to run the ship and all that sort of stuff. It's no wonder that the cruise lines are cancelling, because the Australian government can't get their act together.
And I can't imagine how many new people they probably had to get, because a lot of their normals probably had to quit doing it because they couldn't make any money and had to get another job.
Yep. In actual fact, we were talking to one of the singers. We've had her on board.
Colin.
On board our live stream, Colin Mackenzie.
Colin Mackenzie Poole, yeah.
That's right. And Colin was saying that she's been hanging out to actually get onto to get a gig on the ship, and they've kept on pushing it out and pushing it out and pushing it out. All her colleagues in the US are working. She can't get a gig. So that's crazy. Nick is saying that no cancellations here, but did add to his November trip, stopping in Philadelphia to meet up with MGM Family Travel for lunch on his epic train trip.
Oh, can we just say happy birthday to Bill, by the way? It's
his
birthday,
happy 21st, Bill, but he's not in yet. When he gets in.
Can I just say there's another issue also for us Aussies, and that is travel insurance and being covered for the Mumbo, by the way.
Dewey is saying that he went to Alaska, then Branson, then the SAS the SAS Mardi Gras, and finally his first weekend cruise and first Royal cruise.
Oh, you did a weekend cruise.
Wow.
Where do you go on a weekend cruise, Dewey?
Dewey, what do you do for a rest?
Because on a cruise.
He's almost one of those retired people that live on the boats.
Oh, man. He actually moved down to Florida. You know why?
Because it's the #1 cruising location in the world.
How did you guess?
because I learned from you.
Yeah. Dave is telling the Ubers that his statement was true. The Ubers are saying to Dave, shouldn't be that negative. I haven't cursed them as yet, cruised with them as yet.
Well,
No, neither have we.
Yeah, well, do you know what? Since they've now seconded
Taken over.
the former princess ships, the Golden and the other one.
The island.
Yeah, well, and we had a look at a refurbishment the other day. If worse comes to worse, and we can, well, not worse comes to worse, but if there's the opportunity to go on a P&O ship here, we'll probably.
Well, why not look at?
We'll try.
P&O are busy advertising their comedy cruise. I'd go on that. Actually, no, I wouldn't, because some of the comedians I'd step out and walk out.
No, I know you with your. Yeah, you're very picky.
I think being on a boat with you would be a comedy cruise.
Just laugh at him, not with him. That's all.
Dewey is saying he now has about 3 weeks free to go back to Illinois and get stuff done, then back to Florida for 3 cruises in October.
So have you officially moved into your home in Florida, Dewey? Have you had the opportunity to actually do that yet?
Dave is saying
wait. So Dewey wants to go back to Illinois? I don't know if you guys know this, but our gas prices in this country they're okay, but Illinois was like 60 cents more than the states around it. So maybe just like go to Iowa and then drive into Illinois and come back out once in a while. It might be cheaper for you, Dewey.
Dewey has a home that he sold in Illinois, so he's just getting all these things packed
That was
together.
my birth date.
Was it?
Yeah.
No wonder you look. Yeah, okay, I'll move on. Dave is saying super gloomy. Buy my private parts to a shipping container. I can bring my own alcohol and pillow. That's about right. Yeah, that's what cruising feels like right now. Alyssa says, I reckon that by the time you're cruising October, next cruises will have all to go, surely. Yeah,
surely. You would hope so, Alyssa.
We reckon. Dave is saying that the crew have to go through 3 Dan Andrews press conferences. If they survive, they get the job. 3? Oh, my God. 1 is bad enough.
Oh, man.
And Dave, don't be like that. You know, I feel sorry. These cruise guys work bloody hard. Don't give them an impossible task of spending time in front of Daniel Andrews. Seriously. And by the way, cruising has been
in Australia.
Cruising has been they are planning cruising in Sydney and Brisbane, not Melbourne, because all the planning that you have a look at, all the itineraries that are coming in are for Sydney and Brisbane.
And they're coming in but being cancelled.
Yeah, but still, Melbourne is not being
not on the table
included.
at all.
Yeah, exactly. Ian's saying there won't be any cruising in Australia until at least September of October of 2022.
So?
Unbelievable. I don't know. Well, you know what? I wouldn't put it past it, to be honest.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And ridiculous.
He's saying that his prediction, sorry, don't like being negative.
No, fair enough.
Yeah, and you know what?
It's not being negative. I think it's actually being, you have to be realistic.
Absolutely. Dewey, it has been very interesting to talk to staff and crew on these cruises to hear their stories about what it's been like. And I can imagine for a lot of them, it's been really tough. Dewey, weekend cruises go to the Bahamas and back.
Oh, nice.
Man, we can't even go to New Zealand and back.
We wouldn't over the weekend. No, you wouldn't even get there and back.
What about Tassie?
That would be fast. Isn't ours like, doesn't it take us at least a day to get to an island and then you have a day to get back? Is weekend cruises like a Friday to Monday? Is that what they call a weekend cruise?
Yeah. But you guys right now can't do a cruise to nowhere.
See, that's one thing that
I don't know where nowhere is located.
Like, for example, you go from a US port back to a US port.
You have to go to the same one?
No, you have to go to a foreign port. It's in your Passenger Vessels Act. But right now there's some legislation being, or some argument to the legislation right now that's possibly going to cancel that particular act, because what was happening was cruise ships would have to go from a US port to a Canadian port before they could go to Alaska. They couldn't just go from a US port straight up to Alaska. So, and then Canada pulled a pin and said, well, guess what? You're not coming in here until 13 months have gone. And and then Alaska has gone and said, you know what, guys, all this legal crap that you're putting out here is actually bankrupting our state. So there's a new thing up at I believe it's your High Court or Congress or whatever, that's trying to overturn that Passenger Services Act.
The problem in this country is every time they try to fix one thing, they add like 27 other things into the same act that have nothing to do with the thing that they're trying to pass. And sometimes that's what holds it up.
Ian is saying that you're right, Ilana. Travel insurance is the next hurdle. We normally get yearly insurance, and it might be too expensive with the COVID insurance added.
May I just read? I've just got an article here. Travel insurance could be the next big hurdle preventing Aussies from sailing their favourite ships. It says, while Australians are lucky in that Medicare, that's our
medical
sort of like
health,
our national health insurance, Medicare covers them on local cruises inside Australian territorial waters. That doesn't apply anywhere else. The Australian government or line sailing locally may well follow Europe with a mandatory insurance demand. But the insurance industry still has to come to grips with the problem in Australia. And of course, it is likely to be expensive. Only a handful of Australian travel insurers are already offering policies which cover some C-19 related situations. And as cruise travellers found out to their cost during the first wave of the pandemic, the devil is in the detail. Reading small print is a must. And they may not necessarily be covered. If passengers contract the virus on a ship, they may not be covered. So there's going to be probably additional premiums supplied to this and apply to that, blah, blah, blah.
So
for a non-traveler or I've only been on one cruise. What is cruise insurance for? Is it medical only, or?
No, there's specific within travel insurance. You can ask for specific cruise insurance, and that's for if you need to be medevaced in the middle off the ship in the middle of the ocean. Can you imagine the cost of being medevaced off a ship?
Yeah, well, I guess it all depends on how far away you are, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I know in America, hospital costs are astronomical over there, and
wow,
you would like to be, yeah.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, so you need to make sure that you are actually covered for cruise, specifically cruise insurance.
So Nick is saying that gas in Minnesota is around $3 a gallon. That's still cheaper than here.
Hey, Najuma.
G'day, Najuma. How are you? Nice to have you on board. We're busy talking about lamenting our fantastic day today, within reason. Hang on now. Where did I go?
Nothing to lament.
Yeah. Dave is saying Daniel Andrews comments, the best protest is the one you can get today.
Dan Andrews, by the way, if you're not sure who he is our esteemed premier.
Which would be similar to your state governor in the US.
Or Dictator Dan, as he is otherwise
affectionately known
by many people.
Yeah. Ian is saying, I haven't listened to Dictator Dan press conferences as yet. It's bad enough listening to our Gladys.
I'll tell you.
Listen, your Gladys has got a lot more sense than our Dictator Dan.
Between Anastasia, Gladys, and Dan, I'll tell you.
Well, on my left hand, weighing in at...
Oh, gosh.
We have Gladys... No, sorry, I'll stop there. Dewey is saying, I've had the keys to Florida since June the 1st, and more stuff is now in Florida.
Good.
And today I feel like a real Floridian.
Ooh.
It was 60 when I landed in Indianapolis, and I shivered.
There you go. You're becoming,
you're beginning to sound like Heather. Philip is saying P&O Australia and Princess have lots of Melbourne cruises from December 2022.
Really?
Yes.
Until
December
they
2022.
December. Oh, sorry, from December.
Wow. Philip is also saying have done a 3-day cruise from Melbourne once. Yeah, where did it go to? Adelaide and back?
Around Phillip Island? Would you get to? Yeah, you would get to Adelaide in 3 days, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe Kangaroo Island.
Can't
go to
come back
kangaroo?
though.
could be
Hey,
one way.
Owen, how you doing, buddy?
Owen,
Nice
long
to
time
have you
no
on
see.
board.
How are you?
2025. John, how are you?
John, we've just been talking about what your cousin what
Just
your
what
cousin,
Bruce has done.
Yeah, what Bruce did to us today.
Yeah, he made the Earth move. Nick is saying that the U.S. Supreme Court is what you're thinking of, Sean. Yeah, you're probably right.
Supreme Court. Yep.
Owen is saying, "Good to be here.
well, nice to have you.
Glad you've come on board, mate." Dave is saying to Ian, "A Dan Andrews press conference is like standing spread-eagled behind a donkey who has a shaky leg syndrome."
Such a way with words.
Oh boy!
He just paints.
And was shaking.
G'day, James. How you going?
Hey,
Nice to have you on
James.
board.
Morning, everybody. All the new
Nick
people. We had a lot of new
is-
people just jump in. This is great.
Yep, Nick is out of here. He's off to work. Have a safe
great
day, buddy.
Have a
Be
great day.
safe,
Have a
man.
safe
Sorry to hear about your car, by the way.
Owen, I'm going to ask you the question, mate. How did you go with the shake, rattle, and roll today?
How are you?
Did you have a good day? Dewey, yes. We leave Port Canaveral on Friday, hit Nassau Saturday morning, then Coco Cay on Sunday morning, and back to Canaveral Monday morning.
Oh, that's pretty full on.
Nassau.
Yep. In the
Nice,
Bahamas.
nice.
Yep.
You guys don't say Nassau, huh?
What? I don't know what.
We just say it as we read it.
Oh, okay. Nassau, like NASA, but awe. Oh, I see. You feel bad now. Is that what you're saying? All right. So I'm not going to be an English correction, even though. No, I'll just correct you. It's fun.
Oh, are we back?
Well, you can keep on trying to correct me.
Are we back? Can you hear us?
I just wanted to see what you would do if we just
typing in something.
stepped
Oh,
out.
I'll keep going.
Yeah, I know. Now I've got to figure out where we were. Oh, there we go. StreamYard decided it didn't like my last comment.
It's been playing up a bit.
Yeah, it has. Anyway, Dewey is saying that the nice part about living in Florida, I can be off the cruise ship and back home relaxing by noon. Before, I would still have at least one whole day of travel ahead of him before he gets home.
That's nice.
You know what, Dewey? Let me just tell you about what we're facing, right? We're facing a day of flying to come to Florida so that we can, and then what we've got to do is we've got to acclimatize for the next 2.5 weeks so that we can get onto the cruise ship and spend time with you and everybody else that's on cruise. And then we'll spend the night so that we can rest up for the 1.5 day flight back home. How's that?
Climatizing in Florida. What a bummer.
Larry Lindquist, welcome aboard, Larry. Nice to have you on board. How are you? Nice to see you again. Let's see, who else is there? Just people saying good day to each other. James is saying, how do I get tickets to go on the cruise in October 2022? Awesome. So, James, what you need to do is get in touch with Cindy Spiker from Cindy Spiker Travels, and she's our travel agent for the cruise. Have a chat with her. Donovan will put a link up so that we can give you the details.
Sorry, Donovan, I'm not very techy. I would be doing it myself.
I'm on it. It'll be just a second.
I'm pretty useless.
Um,
Almost as bad as Dave, I think.
Whoa. Dave is saying his brother-in-law died in the Philippines without travel insurance.
Oh, goodness.
It was $100,000 to relocate his body back to Oz.
Good grief.
Wow. That's huge.
Yeah.
Philip is going Dopey Dan.
Dopey Dan.
Man,
Dictator Dan,
you know
or
what?
Dopey Dan.
There's no way known I would like to promote him and call him Dopey. I feel sorry for the for the Seven Dwarfs.
Look, I'm sorry, but they are in I think at this time, I think it's a horrible position to be in.
What, his position?
Yes.
You can do things differently. G'day, Angie. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here.
G'day,
Angie. James is saying, Donovan, I order shirts not going to be at Mayberry.
Well, then you'll look sexy wherever you're at, James. Sorry to hear you're not going. That's a bummer.
Philip is going nowhere.
Or is that no way? I'm not sure.
No. Dewey is saying cruise insurance
Yes.
also covers trip delays, cancelled flights, hotel stays caused by delays, lost or damaged luggage, etc.
Yes, and sometimes if even there's some insurance if you don't get to the particular port, as in because of weather, they reimburse you your excursions and whatever.
But that's more the cruise line than the insurance.
But you're traveling. You can get
Which
travel.
Cindy Spiker page do I send him to?
The
Crazy Adventures?
Or drop her.
Yeah, you can see. Actually, have you got her link?
I've got a bunch of links for her.
Or her email, possibly. Anyway, you can contact her via Messenger anyway.
Okay. From her
There's
her
the
personal
overlay.
one?
Oh, there. Yeah.
Yep, there's the overlay.
Okay, got it.
If you share that screen and you can.
Oh, it's an overlay.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Whew. All right, let's go back to the chat. People saying g'day to people. G'day, V. How are you, V? She's saying that you're quiet, Donovan.
Because I'm trying to get this.
Sorry, it's been kept busy.
Owen is saying, yeah, that was really interesting. The house shook and it's
Brick.
and it's brick. Oh, the brick house shook. Yeah, we were in the office and
we were upstairs.
We were upstairs.
We'd actually thought it was the construction site across the way because they were working for a couple of hours in the morning.
Yeah.
We thought there was possibly some drilling or something going on at the construction site, but the rumblings it was actually rumbles.
Yep.
And then there was a lot of shaking.
Dave, I'll get our people to talk to Dewey's people, and then we will organize a time and a date and a place, and we'll get Dewey up on board, and we will get him onto a chat. That's for sure.
Does that sound like a plan, Dewey? Are you happy with that?
I hope so. Yeah. Dewey is saying, speaking of NASA, he got to see his first rocket launch from the hotel in Port Canaveral before the last cruise.
Was that?
Wow.
Was that?
That would have been the.
Was that the Dragon?
the
Whatever it was
Dragon.
called.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a
SpaceX.
cool looking thing, man. Wow.
I won't say what it looks like, but anyway.
No, it's.
Is that Bezos?
Bezos
that
looks like bigger stickers.
A rather phallic-looking thing.
Dewey is saying our week-long cruise easily becomes a 2-week event for you Aussie folks, but it will be so happy to see you. We agree wholeheartedly.
That's actually a very short.
Yep.
That's a very short cruise for us.
Yeah, it is a short because we normally go for 14 days or 20
15
days.
days. Yeah.
Philip is saying his 3-day cruise was a cruise just around Bass Strait and did not stop.
Oh.
Now, which ship was it on? It was a Princess ship, wasn't it? Dave is saying to Dewey, that's half of the fun, mate. 13 hours to Lex. It's an awesome trip. Us Aussies fly like demented ducks. Yep, we keep on quacking. You're not wrong.
Flapping, flap, flap, flap,
that's
flap.
it. That's it. So V is saying hello, all you beautiful people. So hello back.
Hello, back to you.
It's great having all these other people jumping in here.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I just love it.
James, please contact Cindy. She'll give you any information that you would like and love to see you.
Philip is saying we saw whales, dolphins, and penguins.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Ian is saying it's not a holiday if the flight is less than 15 hours. Yeah, you're right.
Correct.
You are quite right, my friend.
If you're going to travel for 15 hours, for goodness sake.
Unless you
Seriously.
get one of those little pod things like they had on Crazy Rich Asians movie, you know, where you have like your own little world, and then that's not so bad.
No.
Well, yes, if you could all travel first class, that would be nice.
Dave is saying that his house shook, but mind you, we live in a jumping castle.
Oh, dear.
Dave, leave Sue alone.
No, you know, the blow up jumping castles.
Yeah, I know, but
Don't be rude.
all right, I'll shut up. James is saying that he will. He's got it, and we're calling today. Awesome, that's
Lovely,
great.
lovely.
Ian is saying that do you guys fly to DFW or LAX when you go to the States? Let me say this, Ian. I'll be flying anywhere where the plane takes me so that I can get there.
But that's today.
Yeah, I know. Dewey is saying I was actually looking forward to his flight to Australia as much as the cruise.
No, you
I
weren't.
was doubly disappointed when it got cancelled once again.
Oh, Dewey, it is endless.
What are you talking about?
I love
put you to
flying.
sleep.
You know, you can just talk to me. You'll put me to sleep.
That's it. I mean, all you hear on the plane is that puts anybody to sleep.
Actually, you don't even hear that anymore.
No, you
But
don't.
doesn't almost everybody on the long flights have movies, and don't you pack for the?
Yeah, I've got my noise cancelling headphones ready for the flight. Actually.
Oh, so you don't want to talk?
Yeah. Oh, that's my. Oh, I can't do it.
No, it's amazingly but planes are the engines. You don't hear them now.
Oh,
Dave is saying that LAX is his normal stopping point. Philip is saying no, this was a P&O Australia cruise. Awesome. Awesome. V is saying to James, you are joining the cruise in less than 13 months. Yes, he'll join the cruise in less than 30 months.
So I have to stop reading ahead.
Yeah, you do. Okay, Uber's to Dave, Qantas or Virgin or someone else? Sorry for all the questions.
Well, we're actually going to
Dave.
we're looking at Air New Zealand for us. I know.
Dave, this is what Dewey is saying. He's cool with a plan to get online. So, yes, we will get Dewey on board. Dave saying 3 days through Bass Strait is a drug courier. Dave.
Bass Strait, Donovan, is the body of water between Victoria and Tasmania.
oh, is that like a drug lane where they, you know?
Shut up.
Very
I'm
rough.
sorry,
too.
you already got your jail cell behind you, so I thought it was
You're
okay
right.
to talk in
Well,
here.
Yeah, you're right.
Tasmania
You're
was
right.
basically a penal colony.
Nobody bugs these cells.
Dave is saying that he flies Virgin preferably.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Dave, a holiday flight should be that long you get drunk, sober, and get hammered again. If you're not throwing up at the other end of your wimp, you're a wimp. Yeah, you're right.
I can just see you.
It was
doing
so
that.
much easier when you could smuggle your own booze on board because those little bottles only go so long.
That's true. But then we were budgie smugglers, not bottle smugglers.
Well, we could pretend the little mini shampoo bottles and mouthwash and conditioners. And
Oh yeah, if you make enough of those, we should. Oh,
Shut up.
who's to know?
V is saying to James, are you joining the cruise in less than 13 months? Yeah, well, that's the hope.
Cool.
Okay, Ian is saying to Dave, we are the same. We normally fly to LAX because we visit relos in San Jose first. Awesome. James, first time doing this, a cruise, talk to Cindy on it. Yep, do that.
Fantastic.
That would be the best.
Yes, we've got a few first-time cruises coming on, haven't we?
That's right. And James, you will, if you talk to Cindy, Cindy can organise for you a handicapped room. They're accessible.
Yeah, accessible room.
V, Donovan, little bottles look huge with little hands.
wait a minute. So let's test this theory. I know you're way behind on your chat here, but let's just test the theory. So my last trip, I got aviation gin. So let's see, how does it look in little hands? Oh yeah, that looks pretty big.
It looks just like it looks like a full bottle. Oh, absolutely.
It just looks so.
Oh my god.
strange.
Dave
so
is
funny.
saying nothing like a 5 liter flagon down your jocks.
That's a true budgie. That's more than a budgie smuggler.
Correct.
That's a what?
Ball breaker.
Haven't you seen the
Cassowary
Terminator
smuggler.
movie where they run through and they see the skeleton? Can you imagine the skeleton and there's this bottle like hanging,
Yeah.
like one of the Crystal Skull vodka bottles in your pants?
V is saying to Dave that it's a little fluid retention on those flights. Just a little.
That's good.
Dave is kind of agreeing that that's spot on. And V is saying Donovan. Wow. Huge.
No,
How many mils is that bottle, Donovan?
Don't get personal.
wow.
Leave his
I
bottles
can't
alone.
read it. It's too small.
You put your little glasses on then.
I'm sure it's about 1.5 ounces.
I don't know what that is. What's going on there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I have milliliters. I'll
Yeah,
figure
that's
it out.
right.
I'll tell you in a second.
So listen, let me just bring something up here that's relating to our lovely group cruise, so that way we can actually get people on board, so they can enjoy the cruise. Oh,
What?
what a
Fantastic.
cruise.
Sherlock Holmes, did you find what you were looking for there?
Yes, 50 milliliters.
50
Is that
mils.
very
Okay.
much?
Oh, all right. So you could double that.
Now everybody in the U.S. are going, what the heck does that mean? It didn't have. This is the Ryan Reynolds gin, and it doesn't tell you the ounces because he
Well,
lives in
that's good
Canada.
because- Who-
Take that up with Ryan Reynolds then.
Who
Yes.
in their right mind would be talking in ounces? I mean, seriously, come on. Let's be honest about it.
Only one of the worst countries dealing with COVID. That's the ones that do it.
Yeah, well, Dave is saying that the air hostess asked him if he had a disease or was he just happy to see her. Philip said there was a skeleton on his last cruise, but the captain said it was a P&O hide and seek champion.
I hope Dave wasn't popping those little blue pills.
Yeah, right. James is saying that he messaged Cindy on the cruise, which
Great.
is awesome.
Oh, it's funny.
V is clarifying that 45 mils is 1.5 ounces.
Thank you,
So
V.
almost 3 ounces.
And
Oh,
V is also saying that you need little glasses. She's also having a sing along with us. That's fine.
Yeah, she loves that.
James is saying he has a question. Do they accept American money in other ports?
I'm sure they
the
do at the
US dollar would be acceptable
Yes.
pretty much anywhere in that region. So we're going on the South Caribbean. So we're going from, as
we're going
the
to
video
the South,
said,
not going on it. We're going
yeah,
to it.
well, we're going to it, all right.
They accepted, actually,
Aruba-
US dollars is probably the most widely accepted currency because they accept it at the South Pacific also.
You know what, James? They'll even accept Aussie dollars.
Oh,
Yeah, that's kinky.
Does this work?
oh,
Oh,
You got the
what are you
little
doing?
skull. Just you put
Oh,
it down your
oh.
pants and then try to
My
go through the scanner. Does that work?
Oh,
Oh.
God, I've got a
you
whole
never
lot of
know. You
I've
never
got a
know what they might be
whole
biting
lot
on.
of things in my head that I could be
Oh,
saying
yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
going to be saying it.
Yeah. Dewey is saying that by the time I'm on your cruise, the third time in 6 weeks, the staff and crew will all know him by name, and he will feel like royalty. So you know what we're going to do, Dewey?
Well.
We're going to come to you and we're going to say, mate, where do we get?
No, we'll be saying we're with him, pointing to you,
Yeah, that's
Dewey.
right. Now, get what Dave is saying. In Oz, 45 mils is a mouthful. Now, are we talking about alcohol or are we talking about something else, Dave?
If Kenny was here, he'd be in the wrong chat right now.
He
Yeah, you're
certainly
right.
would with what's
You're
going
right.
on in my mind, you know,
Yeah.
within you showed that head there, Donovan.
Okay, we've got
Well,
to
I'm
hurry.
going to leave it there right now.
We've got to hurry up and fix mine. Dave is saying they accept US money in every port.
Fix your what?
I've just been told by Ian. Cut.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
Oh,
We're- Sorry, let's get. Yes, V, I think
V
so. I
is
think
asking
so.
you if you're thinking what I'm
I
thinking. Yeah,
certainly am.
yeah.
V2.
And Dave is saying, I again vote for Dewey. P.S. Dewey, do you need a manager?
No, we'll just say
Now
us,
that's the way to
Dewey.
get on a boat.
Oh,
Well, Dewey has had, I think we worked out that within the space of this 2 years, he's actually had 16 cruises cancelled.
well, he can tell us himself. Yeah, poor Dewey. Yeah.
And how many has he taken?
Well, he's
Because it's
back
all
on track.
relative, right?
Yeah,
This
it
is
is.
true,
It
yes.
is true.
Yeah.
Yes.
You mentioned him.
Oh, here he is. Must have his ears were burning. Kenny.
Kenny,
you
you're
got-
in the wrong chat. I'm just going to say it for you now.
Donovan, have you got YouTube up?
Yes.
We've got a
bit of
a
feedback.
bit of feedback.
It's not
James
playing.
is saying, Donovan, put keyring on bottle when then hang somewhere.
Oh, wow. So it'll jingle even louder. I gotcha. Good call.
G'day, Rob. How you doing, Gov? Nice to have you on board. Just to let people know, we'll be running this chat for another 10 minutes, and then what will be happening is we will then start our inaugural Helping Hands for Cruising live stream that will be on the Helping Hands for Cruising link. And so, Donovan, if you can drop that in the chat, that would be awesome. Philip, if we are talking about breasts, anything bigger than a mouthful is a waste. That's true, but we weren't, unless you're talking about chicken.
Yes.
Dave is saying good day to Kenny.
Good save.
V 16. Wow, the travel is hard like thug life.
Yes. Oh dear.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. I wish we had 16 cancelled.
Yep. Dave is saying, I have that many cruises cancelled. I am now 10 years old. Yeah, you're going backwards in time. People are saying g'day, g'day, g'day.
Oh,
Okay,
Rob,
so there we go.
I don't know if Rob was with us on Saturday or Friday night. For him, it would have been Saturday. And I had mentioned about our box going off to him as prize.
Yes.
I don't know, Rob, if you heard that it will be on its way. Unfortunately, we're out of shot glasses, so that will be organised when they're back in stock, but we'll We're
And
just waiting for something else to come to pop in the box, and then it's going off to you.
I think you're going to have to rename them shock glasses now that you've had your earthquake, so that they have a little extra meaning to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll have to have.
So, folks, if you can look for that link, we'll be moving across there. At it's now 8:50, so we'll move across there at 9 p.m. our time, which is 7 a.m. your time. So that'll be awesome.
In about 8 minutes. Time.
About 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
So okay, now talking about helping hands, let me just see if I can get this one thing up. Because of the way that StreamYard acted a few moments ago, it removed half the things that I've got in place.
No. So
now let me bring them back in again. Are you waiting patiently there, Donovan?
Yeah.
Oh, it looked like it was. Right. It was my imagination. I thought something had happened.
Are you looking for the bathroom? No.
I am. I don't know about anybody. Sorry.
Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with helping hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, making your dreams a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, making your dream a reality. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
Excellent.
Thank you, FatMat. Well, that is an awesome piece of music, and we really appreciate the efforts that he's done.
Dave is saying good night. So
Donovan, you're muted.
I said Amy's background vocals are just, his wife, that's just crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
They are absolutely awesome, and we appreciate that.
That was his wife. Incredible. Good night, Dave.
Dave is saying, well, the prison bell rang, about to close the cell doors. Have to go. Great show as always, guys. See you next show.
See you then.
Dave, enjoy lockdown for a while. We'll see you next parole time, next garden walk.
I heard Rob has the keys. Talk to Rob.
Yeah, but the bastard's not letting them go.
I know. He's like that.
Dewey is saying cancellations are up to 21. Have been on 6 cruises already this year.
Wow.
And have 23 cruises so far on the schedule
Whoa.
through 2023, including the 8 left through 21.
Wow. That's amazing.
Wow.
Are you, Dewey, are you loyal to a particular cruise line, or are you happy to sort of spread your wings?
Or did you just say cruise and go, sign me up? Sign me up.
Or do you just close your eyes and just put your finger on whatever, on where it lands or whatever ship it is? That's where you go. No, I'm really interested
Yeah.
because you would have your loyalty levels.
Or
would be
does he
through
always
the
go
roof.
just take any cruise that he goes somewhere he's never been? That's another question.
Amazing. Yes,
Thank
and that's
you,
a good
Kenny.
question too. Yes.
Dave and Ubers are saying, see you later to each other. That's fine. Philip,
No.
is it okay if
No.
I go to Ginger Zephyr YouTube?
I don't even know what that is.
I had hair until that statement came on. Went right over the top of mine.
Liar.
Not very difficult.
Have a good night, Dave.
Philip, you go for it.
Yeah. Kenny
We'll
is
see you
saying no
later.
coffee yet. Oh, you want coffee, mate? You'll be right. You'll enjoy the day. Have fun. All right, Donovan. Thank you for that.
Yep.
Thank you for that one as well.
What? Kenny, you fell asleep.
What? What?
Kenny, you fell
What?
asleep.
News. Cruise news. Kenny fell asleep. It's all right, Kenny.
Wow.
You can come into the Helping Hands one straight afterwards. Rob is saying, I heard I get the key to the States in November. Fingers crossed. Oh,
Hang on, November,
that's nice
not October.
for him to go to the States.
We would like him to be there in October.
Yeah, we would. Our October, but
And I heard Canada's going to open up within the next 3 weeks to 5 weeks.
yeah, but you're the only reason why Canada's locked down.
It's your fault personally. See, your fault.
The Canadians, as far as they're concerned, the gate's open. Well, g'day, Danny. Welcome aboard, Danny.
Hey.
Nice to have you here.
Yeah.
James is saying he hopes Rob on the road. The road maybe get to see you guys. Well, let's hope you do get to see you. That'll be good.
Joey's answering the question about. Can we have,
Right now, he's loyal to any cruise line that is on the
Fair
water.
enough.
He's shopping around to see which one he likes the best in the next year or so.
but tell me, do you go via itinerary based, or what's your reason for choosing a particular cruise?
I think he sleeps around with the cruise lines.
There's a word for that.
He prostitutes himself. Boomer's there. Good morning, Boomer. How you going? V is saying, see you on the other channel. Yes, we'll see you there. People saying g'day.
I'm going to be excusing myself from the next hour. Sean will be handling himself.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Keep it
You don't want to miss that, everybody.
No. Yeah. Kenneth is saying he has FOMO on the Down Under cruises. Yep. Fear of missing out.
G'day, Amy.
Amy from Amethyst Haze. Welcome aboard, Amy. Nice to have you here. Boomer saying, hi, Alana. Hi, Sean.
lads.
And what's that guy's name? Oh, yeah, Donovan. Dewey is saying, what a novel idea.
I
Can he
know.
fall asleep? Yep, that is really
Yeah.
novel. And let's see. So, folks, if we can go to if you can have a look at the link there, pop into the link. Thank you very much, Ubers. We're going across to the other link. We're going to shut this link down and go into the other chat because we have a guest coming up there. If he's awake, we have a guest there coming in, and
You hope so.
yeah, and we'll be having a chat with him. So,
Lovely
Donovan,
to see you all.
nice to see you.
Thank you,
folks,
Donovan.
Nice to see you
We
all.
love your company. Thank
Good
you
day,
for joining
everybody.
us.
And we shall catch you.
And can we just say about our Friday night show, our Saturday? Please tune in. It should be. We're crossing fingers it's all going to work and be a little bit exciting for us.
Well, it will be because we'll be doing a live stream. Hopefully, if it works.
We're crossing to
the Carnival Horizon, where we will be doing a live stream with Fantastic Studios.
Okay. Yep.
Wow.
Yes.
So that will be this week, your Friday night, our Saturday brunch.
And we might have a little, I'm sure they may be able to give us a little quick tour of what we're going to be in for on that gorgeous ship.
So, folks, we'll see you on the other channel.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a great night, and we'll catch you later.
Night, all. Night, all.
See you later.
Bye.